Hey, what's up, gang? Today I'm going to be trying to do this video in the style of Kaneko Kitten since he's my favorite Roblox YouTuber. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the fiasco that was the Tower Defense Simulator live event and update. However, before we get started, I'm asking that you like this video. 1 like equals 1 food for Fat Cat, and if you ask him, he's starving. So to properly talk about what happened on Friday, August 28th, we have to talk about the events leading up to that day. For the past few months, Tower Defense Simulator has been teasing a major update to their game that would overhaul pretty much everything about it. New towers, new skins, new lobby, new game mode, new everything. And while Paradoxum, the studio that created Tower Defense Simulator, hadn't released any official date for the update, there were some rumors speculating on when it might be, most of them focusing on July 5th. And there was a good reason for this rumor. I personally saw a message that the developers put into the hardcore door cryptogram that said sometime in July. And if they didn't intend for that message to be there and they had just thrown a bunch of random letters together for the cryptogram, that's a pretty big coincidence that it would spell out those words. And it's an even bigger coincidence that when the hardcore door was originally added to the game at the end of May, the message did not say sometime in July, but it actually said July 5th. So I don't think it's surprising that players were expecting an update or some news of an update in July. And while we didn't get an official release date, the developers did start communicating with the community on where they were in the development process, with Raz, who is one of the TDS developers, stating on July 6th that they were 99% sure that they were going to be releasing the update that month. But as we now know, it would be another month and a half after he made the comment before the update would see the light of day. But he did continue to post various messages about their testing progress throughout the month of July and into August. And I give him credit for that. I think they wanted to surprise the community with new content, but at some point the rumors surrounding the update took on a life of their own. And I think a lack of information about the update could have started to have a negative impact on what was supposed to be a positive experience. And that brings us up to August 28th, or what I like to call Judgment Day. The day started out like any other. The wind was calm, the kitties were quiet, and the live event was scheduled for 5 p.m. Pacific time. But then, something happened. As the time drew closer, the player population on Tower Defense Simulator, which usually hovered around 10,000, began to grow. It went up and up and up and up, eventually topping out at 5 p.m. with almost 110,000 players. That's 100,000 more than what the game is used to having. If the devs weren't freaking out at that point, then they are more calm than a flat alligator, because that's an insane boost in players. That's literally 1,000% more than they're used to. I'd actually like to know how many people the developers expected to show up, because I just don't know how they could have planned for that. So with this massive player base all standing by the hardcore door waiting for the event to commence, it did. And it was, well, interesting. I don't know what your personal thoughts were about the event, but when it was happening, I didn't think it was all that bad. And I say that because of what Cameron, the TDS dev who designed it, said afterwards, which I'll mention a little later in this video. I mean, it's Roblox. Come on. What do you expect? Not much, hopefully. So when the siren went off and the eye started to suck all of us in, I was just riding high on the adrenaline of the experience. It was a fun thing to experience together. And I should know I had 12,000 people watching my stream. But pretty soon after that, it became obvious that things weren't quite right. The game went down to load new content, which was expected, and then it came back up, but only for a few minutes before it went down again. And this time it was down for a while. Then the reports began to come in. People couldn't get into elevators. They didn't have their towers or their skins. The emotes weren't working. Golden crates were only 1,000 coins. This did not sound good. Eventually, the game did come back online, but with this disclaimer. We attempted to launch the hardcore update, but didn't anticipate the large amount of bugs from it. By clicking Let's Test, you are opting into the test version of the TDS rewrite. Your current stats will transfer over, but no stats from the testing site will transfer back. So the question now is, why did the developers release the update if it had so many problems? Well, the answer is right here in a Q&A posted to the Roblox dev forum that very day. With constant pressure from the community and stuff such as school starting, we felt rushed to release the update despite incomplete and broken features. So they're saying that external pressure to release the update caused them them to publish it before it was ready. But the thing is, they created that pressure by putting the hardcore door in the lobby with a release date hidden in the cryptogram. I think that what really happened is that the work required to finish the update just took way more time than they were expecting, and I'm going to touch on that again here in a second. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and read some of these other questions and answers because they're important, so pay the freak attention. Will our data transfer back from the testing site? No. Any stats obtained from the testing site will not transfer. So anything that you guys are doing right now in the hardcore update, whether it's in regular games or in the hardcore game mode, will not transfer back to the current state of TDS or over to the update when it's officially released. What will the development team do now? We will use this huge mess up as a learning lesson to implement error logging and probably not give out release dates when we are not 100% ready. The development team has been awake for almost 30 hours working on the release, has had a ton of internet outages, and stress levels through the roof. Along with IRL issues, we ran into many Roblox issues with stuff such as places not updating. And then a final note from the developers on this says, thank you so much to all the patient fans who are waiting out there. It is 100% our fault for trying to rush instead of delaying the update. We hope the current compromise can satisfy all of you. Many things in this version will change based on community feedback. If you want to report bugs or suggest changes, please join our chat, which is found under the social media page of the game. So that is going to be their Discord, which I will link in the description to this video. And finally, please keep in mind that this is a complete rewrite of the game. Everything has been recoded from scratch, which would usually take even more time. We're trying our best. Thank you. So I just want to echo that last statement there. The simple truth is that the update just wasn't ready to be released. And something that a lot of players don't realize is that rewriting the entire game is a massive task. And it's obvious from what I've seen that they've done a ton of work, but there is still so much more to be done before the game is ready to be released to the public as a finished product. And word on the street is, as a developer, it's always a good idea to underpromise and overdeliver. And here is Cameron's statement about the launch of the update and the live event. We did extensive testing before the update was released, but keep in mind we only tested with a couple of people and the live event got well over 100,000. Due to these extreme numbers that we did not expect, the game basically was half dead and nearly everything was broken. I believe I can speak for the team when I say we are so sorry for everything that has happened. Things are looking a bit better currently, but please do expect bugs and issues. We are working our hardest to try and get everything looking better so we can publish the hardcore mode update to the main game. As for the live event, I was in charge of that. I would like to apologize for how lackluster it came out. When I did testing for it, everything ran smoothly and worked perfectly. But in-game, a lot of key features broke or lagged and gave you guys a suboptimal experience. I am deeply sorry for that. It was supposed to be something extremely cool to hype up the update even more. And that's where the game's at today. Personally, I'm not even playing the update because the current version is so much better. At this point, in my opinion, the developers should close off the update, take another 6 months, get it all finished up, clean out the bugs, and I'm not even worried about the bugs. I know they're gonna fix those. What worries me about this update is that there are new features that just take what is great about the game and just throw it out the window. And I hate to see the things that are really well done changed just for the sake of change. And really the most important thing that I want you guys to take from this video is the fact that nothing you do in the hardcore beta test is gonna be saved. None of the XP you earn, none of the coins you get, none of the gems you get, nothing. So just be aware that if you're grinding hardcore for the new towers like I've heard some of you are doing, none of that's gonna save. And that's it for this video. Hopefully you have a better understanding of what's going on with the game. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button with your forehead, hit the subscribe button with your big toe, and turn on notifications however you can so you don't miss any of my awesome upcoming content. If you want to keep in touch with me outside of YouTube, be sure to join my Discord community at discord.gg/JustHarrisonThings. And don't forget what I always say, peace.